Chapter 24. Engaging the final two. This is all no profit. If it appears in the actual series owned by Capcom, it is owned by them. Everything else is mine, though. Zero felt uneasy as he walked down his corridor. All of this had been too easy, and he didn't like that. He wanted to believe it was just overconfidence, as he had told Alien Iris, but he wasn't really sure who he was trying to convince, himself or them. It also made him question whether splitting up was actually a good idea. If this was indeed a trap of some sort, what if he had sent them toward the worst part of it? If anything happened to Iris again, he knew he would just lose it. And if anything happened to Alia, X would hunt him from beyond the scrapyard, given he didn't join him there first. It wasn't very well trained in the field, and neither was Iris really. When they had fought during the Rebel Force uprising, she had the protection of a mech armor suit, and when they fought again at the airbase not long ago, she was under the effects of the Sigma virus. That thought caused Zero to curse Sigma's name under his breath. That also made the Crystal Killer even more concerned. Iris had said it was Sigma who would rebuild her, yet they've not heard a peep from the Maverick Commander-in-Chief. Everything they had encountered so far had dealt with Winda and the H-Hunters. God, this is starting to become too much, Zero muttered to himself. He decided to clear his mind of those thoughts for now so he could focus more on the current mission. He could deal with the other details later. For now, there only remained 2 H-Hunters, and once they were dealt with, things could at least return to as normal as things could get for the Maverick Hunters. Zero continued winding his way through the corridors, feeling twitchy. He had been moving for some time and had yet to encounter Shudder, which usually denoted the enemy's main place of residence at their base. Secondary corridor. Alien and Iris continued along, nervous being on their own without X, Zero, or Axel, all the elite trios they had become known as throughout the ranks of the Maverick Hunters together. This would be either of their first times fighting their own. Even back during the fight with corrupt X, Zero, Axel, Iris, and Violet had all been together as a team and not separated. Ellie, however, was resolved. She wanted to prove herself, that she could be as brave and as strong as the Reploid her heart belonged to. Wearing X's ultimate armor also helped. It made her feel like X was still watching over her. Their corridor continued on for a short distance before they encountered Shudder. Iris and Ellie looked at each other, both knowing what it meant. We knew it would happen eventually, Iris stated. Yeah, but it didn't have to be this soon, Ellie said, obviously a little freaked. This is what we trained for. We can't let our nerves get to us, Iris said, trying to encourage a friend like Ellie had done for her when they had separated from Zero. Ellie nodded her friend, and with a deep breath from both of them, they approached the shutter. The bolt in the center twisted, and the shutter shot open with a loud whoosh. They stepped through it, and it slammed shut behind them. With a loud clank leading them in a small stretch of hallway that ended with another shutter. Ellie readied the X-Buster and Iris her daggers. With determination now, they approached the second shutter, which reacted just like the first at their approach. They stepped into a large room that was mostly empty. It was pitch black and they couldn't see a thing, but it didn't last for long. They heard a light click and the lights flashed on, nearly blinding them as the familiar but loud warning alarm that all combat hunters were equipped with went off. Really? You hunters dare disgrace me by sending 2 low-class female trainees after me, came the roar of a very upset voice that echoed throughout the room. Show yourself, Ellie called out, charging the X-Buster, remembering X's cardinal rule. A shadow appeared before them and formed to a large imposing figure. He stood so much taller than them, his silver armor gleaming in the bright lights. In his left hand he wielded a large lance. Brave when hiding behind the armor of your dead boyfriend, Sylvain scoffed at his enemies. I am not brave because of the armor. I am brave because I know I can defeat you, Ellie replied. Iris glanced over to her partner, who nodded at her. With a swift dash where she seemed too little to disappear from where she stood, Iris appeared right in front of Silver Gallant and delivered 2 swift and surprising blows to his chest before disappearing once again. Ellie took advantage of the H-Hunter's surprise and unleashed her charged blast. The giant blast of Plaza collided into him, sending him soaring to the wall on the opposite end of the room. Rah! Silver Gallant screamed in frustration. What's the matter, Gallant? I'm embarrassed you're getting beat by... what was it? 2 low-class female trainees? Iris questioned, boldly finally reappearing beside Alia. Silver Gallant recovered to his feet quickly and readied his lance. Without a word, he slashed it in a heavy arc. A large curved beam of energy that filled the entire room started sailing at them. It moved so fast they didn't have time to react to it, and it collided into them just as hard as Alias's charge blast did to him. It cut through them and sent them flying through the air, and through the wall they were closest to, the debris of the wall collapsing on top of them. The H-Hunter, not taking any chances, rushed toward where they had fallen and leaped on top of the debris that covered the two hunters. Alien and Iris both let out grunts of pain as they struggled to free themselves. Good effort. I will admit that, but it only happened because you surprised me. Now you'll both die, Silver Gallant taunted. Ava tried hard to free herself, but to no avail, as the H-Hunter lifted his lance ready to land the killing blows. Ava closed her eyes as she started to hear the hum of a monster charging. It wasn't hers, which let Navigator turn hunter to believe she was hearing things. A moment later, however, she heard and could feel the release of plasma in the distance, and heard Silver Gallant let out a groan of pain as she heard something collide with him, sending him flying up the debris pile, which made it a lot lighter. Ava quickly opened her eyes and saw Iris staring, obviously shocked. She followed the direction her partner was gazing, and for a brief second she thought she caught the glimpse of a cloaked figure before it vanished. Did you see that? The Navigator asked, wondering if she had been just seeing things. Yeah, I am pretty sure it was that Shadowfell we've been having problems with, Iris confirmed. Alien wanted to dwell on it, but she wasn't behind the safety of deck to do such a thing, so she shrugged it from her mind for now and climbed her way out the debris. Iris did the same, and they came face to face with surprise but recovered Silver Gallant. What was that? Who was that? You crafty hunters, I will kill you all! Silver Gallant screamed, obviously enraged. From a corridor. Seal's search finally came to an end as he finally came across the shutter he had been hunting for. As he approached the door, something inside retreated in front of him, holding him in his tracks. You! The grizzly killer snarled. Don't fret yourself, Zero. I am not here to fight you. For now we have a deal scheduled, and I just want to make sure you actually make it too. I am looking forward to it way too much, shouted his voice calm. Zero sneered shadow, but the mysterious reptile was right, and currently Zero had more important things to deal with than some petty grudge. Also, don't worry, Alien and Iris are safe. They should be finishing with Silver Gallant shortly, Shadow remarked as he moved his stand beside Zero. Whether or not Shadow was telling the truth, it did ease his mind some, which allowed him the room to think about something else. Standing side by side with Shadow about to go into combat, whether the mysterious one intended to actually help or not, it felt right. It felt familiar, and this troubled Zero greatly. The grizzly killing Shadow approached the shutter and quickly walked through it, the mysterious reptile moving through it like he had done so many times before. Ignoring it for now, though, as he approached the second shutter with Shadow still at his side. As the shutter opened, revealing the next room, Zero's mind went to work. If the ladies were fighting Silver Gallant, that meant the one waiting for himself and Shadow was Gil Valent, the leader of the H-Hunters. The room was large in size, large disco ball-style lights hanging from the ceiling. On the far side of the room sat a fireplace, and near it a bookshelf filled with books. In front of the fireplace was a velvet chair with his back facing them. Gil Valent, Zero called out, obviously surprised by the sight he was seeing. The figure in the chair moved to get up and stepped away from the chair. In his left hand was a tobacco pipe. You were sooner than I expected, the H-Hunter said. Gil Valent clapped his hands, and the chair, fireplace, and bookshelf disappeared, leaving the large room empty, save for the Maverick Hunter, the H-Hunter, and the mysterious Reploid. You look surprised, Zero. Is it so hard to believe that even a Reploid such as myself could enjoy being refined and cultured? Gil Valent questioned. I have to say, it is the first, the Crimson Killer replied, joining the Sea Saber. Well, I know why you're here, so let's get this underway, shall we? The H-Hunter questioned. Gil Valent clapped his hands again, and the room transferred into what looked like an ancient Roman gladiator arena, outbuilt with vacated seats. The H-Hunter drew his weapon of choice, a large gold shield with the Maverick emblem engraved in the center and a beam spear. On guard, Gil Valent called out. Without a word, himself, Zero charged toward the H-Hunter, as Shadow in his usual manner vanished, leaving the other two combatants wondering what he was doing. Here we are, chapter 24. Not much to say here except sorry for delay, and I hope you all enjoy it. As always, Arnold, no matter if good or bad, it all helps me in some way. Till next time, my peeps.